Greetings, fellow Demon Slayers. This is Taimanin and Mari here today with another Action Taimanin video. So, for today we have a special treat courtesy of Ultra Runner, one of the whales from my Discord server. He actually did put a decent suit build together, and I liked it so much I wanted to share it with you guys because it's a pretty neat build. I love it. So, thank you to Ultra for sharing this with me and allowing me to share it with you guys. And I also want to give a special thanks to Bun, who is also from the Discord server. He was kind enough to let me use one of his Sue renders as a thumbnail. So thank you for that, and anyone interested in seeing more of his renders, his Twitter will be linked in the description below. So go there and check it out, and yeah, they're really nice. They basically apply lighting to the game, and he does other stuff as well. So now that that's all out of the way, let's go ahead and hit play and check out the Sue build. I also want to point out that he has 24 million gold. It's so much gold. Alright, so let's go back a bit. Here we go. So these are what her stats are going to be looking at like. This is this level 75 Sue. She will be on bonus stage 3 also. Cute little dragon skin. Okay, so for the weapons, he is using her PvP weapon. It is S level 3. And he will also have a super rare sub weapon. So I actually like this because that means that the build has room to do more damage because she's not totally decked out like in 2 PvP weapons or something crazy. So that's also good because the build, even with these items, is horribly efficient. It's amazing. Okay. So, as you can see here, he does have Hebi. So I'm going to say this before we get into the skills. Shojin Kyaku is the skill that you would remove if you do not have the Hebi package. So just keep that in mind. If for people who only have 3 skills, don't use Shojin Kyaku. Now, we'll get into what the skills actually do. Okay, so first we have Senrinka. It performs a consecutive attack that slashes between enemies. If you have a red set as your main, it will increase damage by 15% for 5 seconds. She kind of ports around like Ingrid. Next we have Shojin Kyaku. This is basically dodge immediately after you're hit. And it says counter attacks with a knockback right after being attacked. Gain super armor for 8 seconds. So that's the reason why if you're not a heavy user, you would take this off because it does require you to get hit first to actually use. But I guess he's using it, you know, in the build in general because he has the 4th slot, and it does apply super armor and give her a nice shrug off if she does get hit. So it is a nice addition for a 4th skill slot. Wow, that guy went flying. Okay, next we have Ryu Renko. This skill says, builds a super armor for 6 seconds during an extreme dodge. And the 3 set for this for red would say, increase damage by 20% while activated. So, you do an extreme dodge and you get a nice 20% damage buff for 6 seconds. Overall, that's really good. And the cooldown is only 10 seconds at base. Which means after her cooldown reduction from leveling and everything is applied, it'll probably be like almost a 100% uptime. And last but not least, we have her Taimanin art. It basically works like everyone else. But, you know, it's her Taimanin art. So there you go. More damage from her basics. And finally, we'll look at the supporters. So the first supporter, no one's a stranger to her. We have a nice Spica. As you can see too, the Spica is only S level 1, so it shows that you don't need like a crazy invested Spica past like S level 3 for the build to work on bonus stage 3. Next we have Ingrid. Now Ingrid is kind of the star of the build because her particle regen is really the core of what makes this build works, and it works really well on Sue. The other good thing is that Ingrid was recently pretty much just given away with the waifu war, so anyone who was active during that event, like even a little bit, most likely at least has Ingrid at S level 1. So it's a really good choice for this build because she's both free to play friendly And she's really helpful as far as getting that ultimate charged up faster. Sadly, though, if you missed the waifu war, Ingrid was limited, and that means you can't get her, at least for right now. Last but not least, we do have Sonata Homura, and of course everyone knows this. Homura is amazing. She gives you an additional 30% damage dealt at the cost of taking 10% more. And she also has a really nice booty. If you look at it, it's really great. I love Homura. She's so cute. Alrighty, so now that I'm done showing you guys the build, we're going to watch Ultra Player. And I gotta say, when I first saw this gameplay, I was actually really impressed. I didn't think Sue was as good as she is. I really didn't. I've never played her. I don't have Sue, and I've never seen, like, super efficient or super fast Sue gameplay. At least not as fast as this. So we'll check it out. And I'll annoyingly commentate over the video and ruin it for you guys. So, the main goal of the build is to basically use Spica whenever she comes off cooldown, and then fill your ult as fast as possible with Ingrid to abuse the invincibility that Sue's ult gives you. Because Sue's ult is unique from other ultimates. It actually puts her into an install state where she becomes invulnerable and gets this nice AoE basic that looks freaking ridiculously cool, and she has these cute little butterfly wings. And basically during this she can't take any damage. And this is basically how the build works. It's really straightforward and simple. The only thing about the build that's pay to win is Spica. But, you know, Spica's in the pool, so, I mean, a lot of people on the server have been coming into her lately, which is good to see. I don't know how, like, my viewers are doing because I don't see their daily posts on AT, but to anyone who does have access to Spica, that'll pretty much unlock this build for you as long as you were around for the waifu war. And as we can see, like, the damage is respectable. She's not moving super slow. She's not moving like crazy fast like some OP characters like Shiranui, but she also isn't moving slow either. She's moving at a decent pace, especially for how safe and, you know, how often she's invincible. So overall, yeah, I really like the build. It's great. Like, it almost makes me want to get Sue because I can actually replicate the build. And again, the fact that his weapons aren't, you know, like, it's just a PvP weapon at S3 and then a super rare in the off slot. So the damage can go up from this already respectable output. Yeah, man, like, Sue's good. Holy God. And that dragon skin just makes it all the better. Let me do the sweet AoE. Now, the thing with Sue is when we were first looking at, like, the... Well, we're done with the tier list now. We pretty much know where we want everyone. That video's coming within the next couple of days, as well as a supporter tier list. But when we first started, like, doing the tier list before seeing this gameplay, I kind of wanted to put Sue at, like, maybe... What do I want to say? Maybe, like, B tier? Probably, like, the middle of B. The moment I saw this build, it kind of moved her up to the top of B tier. But, you know, the more I look at the video that Ultra sent me, the more I want to just, like, drop her into A tier and call it a day, because this is definitely, like, worthy of A tier. Because she makes the best of not having sustain, because her ult makes her invincible. It's something no one else can do. And I don't think it's, like, so broken that it should be S tier, simply because there is downtime on the invincibility. Like, she's not permanently invincible. It does still take you time to charge up the ult. But I think, like, maybe, like, low to middle A tier is definitely a fair place to put Sue. She's definitely, like, moved up the tier list. And it's all thanks to, like, the particle regen that Ingrid does provide to her. So overall, yeah, I think Sue's a great character now. I would definitely suggest getting her. Like, she doesn't seem that hard to build. It seems like really fun gameplay. Her ult is, like, beautiful to look at. She has the most versatile looking ult. Like, it just looks amazing. No one's ult looks like this. And on top of that, it makes her invulnerable. So she's also unique. So I definitely suggest her. Like, she seems to do well in this content. Now we're gonna watch him like fight Aina for a little bit, and then that'll be the video. He doesn't clear it. Like, spoiler alert, he does not clear it. But I still don't think that takes away from the build. I think if it was someone who's like actually a Sue main that actually invests in this character heavily and plays her all the time and has wailed her, because he definitely hasn't wailed her as hard as like someone who's simping for her probably would have. I think that she'd do like amazingly for them. I think this is a great build. Because she's just ignoring mechanics. And then it would just require him like, you know, surviving till the next invincibility window. So you could definitely like whittle her down. Do Spica. I want to see some. I think was that like he popped Spica and then definitely just got hit. Did he not? Is Spica not working all the time again? Okay, Spica pop. Yeah, she just hit him. What? Interesting. They need to check Spica again because I think she's probably bugged. I don't know if he noticed it because he didn't mention it when he made the video. But now that I have the footage in front of me and I can rewind it, we can see here, let me go back like a couple seconds. He blatantly popped Spica, like so, and immediately got hit right after. So that's most likely what led him to die, because he probably thought he was invincible during this time frame and got hit in the face. Which is weird. But overall, like, I still love the Sue video. I love the build and I wanted to share it with you guys. So we'll just kinda like sit here. So yeah, I wanted to share it with you guys because I've never done a Sue video and I haven't had footage available to me to share it, and now I do. So again, thanks a lot, Ultra. I really appreciate it. And I hope it helps out like current Sue mains and potential Sue mains, because the build overall, like, I definitely love it. I want to run it myself, but I have to save my gems because they're very low after after the Kirara Nation attacked. I just don't have many gems left. But yeah, that's been Sue. I like her. She's definitely an A tier, like, no question. And I have talked to Tak and Ark about this, and they agree. Like, they would put her in A tier. Well, Ark was rather silent. I don't know what he thinks, but Tak definitely agreed with like low A to maybe like middle of A tier. So, with that being said, expect the supporter tier list probably tomorrow is when I want to put it out. Be ready for a very long video tomorrow because we're going to be throwing every supporter into a tier. So, that's going to take a while. And also be ready for the character tier list because it's basically done. Now that we have a verdict on both Sue and Obro, we'll get that information out to the community and you guys can do with it what you please. So, with all that, you guys have a great rest of your day. You have good luck in your gotchas and in the arena. Are in all facets of the game, right? That's what we're saying now. And with that, you boys and gals take care, and I'll catch you tomorrow with another video. Bye-bye.